And now we're happy to bring on Dr. Matthew Bunson, Vice President and Editorial Director of EWTN News. Matthew, it's great to be with you to discuss this very exuberant topic.
Yeah, always great to be with you, it really is.
Well, we just heard Pope Leo describe why he chose his name, citing both Rerum Novarum and artificial intelligence, which we know is the issue of the day. And he's spoken constantly on this impact of AI on humanity. How would you characterize his outlook?
Well, first we have to give a lot of credit to Pope Francis, who was way ahead of the curve in so many different ways than society in general in his warnings and reflections on AI. We had that great document, Antiqua et Nova. Pope Leo XIV is then building on this legacy. And one of the things that he has spoken specifically about in terms of AI is its massive impact on society. But he's looking at it from obviously the material aspect, the technological, but also the spiritual and the intellectual. He has warned, for example, about the potential impact of AI on the cognitive and neurological development of children who are using AI with greater frequency, what impact that might have, as well as the impact it is having on families who are themselves becoming subject to AI technology. So what he wants to do is to bring the wisdom of the church in exactly the same way that Leo XIII did to the Industrial Revolution, to this new revolution, being cognizant, again, of what Pope Francis said, that this isn't simply an era of change, it's a change of era.
Well, that's a really kind of philosophical understanding of the concept, but how does AI actually affect the dignity of workers today and looking forward, looking ahead?
Well, one of the things that we're already seeing is its ramifications for work. Creation. So, for example, in the area of journalism, we're seeing the impact of AI in its use in drafting stories, in making work more difficult in some ways for the consumer of news. Is this actually human-generated? Generative AI is especially problematic for that because it lacks the human wisdom. And Pope Francis warned about it. Pope Leo XIV is also speaking about it. And then the long-term ramifications it may have on industries, on the use of technologies, on the development of software. So it's cutting across all of the lines in exactly the same way that the Industrial Revolution did in the late 19th century.
Now, one of the other poverties that we're seeing is a lack of work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of homelessness out there, but a lot of it comes from not being able to get a job. What does the church then say about a poverty that comes from a lack of work and what that does to the human spirit? Yeah,
this is obviously a deep concern for the church and has been for a very, very long time. Work, the dignity of work, connects us to the creation of God's creation. So we are participating and continuing to participate in God's creative work. So the dignity itself then is found in labor itself. It is also the ability for us to achieve our own skills, the talents that God gives us, and to live out our human dignity. When we're deprived of work, there's several things can happen. There is the shame that is often accompanied by it. It is the loss of self-esteem. It is the way that the loss of work can fracture entire families. It can lead to addictive behavior. It can lead also, as we have seen, to social unrest, the introduction of really toxic solutions to that, such as socialism and atheistic communism.
Well, Matthew, that's really, I think, a good way to kind of put a pin into the consequences of all of this. We're so grateful for your expertise.
Great to be with you.